Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to break down one of those viral internet things that just looks like straight-up magic. But trust me, it's actually some seriously cool science, and yeah, I mean that literally.
So, you've probably seen this all over the internet, right? Somebody takes a bottle of water out of the freezer, it's totally liquid, they slam it on a table, and boom, the whole thing just explodes into this slush of ice. It's totally mesmerizing. So, what is going on there? How does that even work? Well, let's get into it.
All right, first up, let's talk about the viral freeze itself. We're going to look at the trick that blew up online and get past all the hype to figure out what's really happening inside that bottle.
And then, we'll get to the fun part, the supercooling method. I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can recreate this awesome effect yourself. And you know what? It's surprisingly simple.
All you're going to need are these three basic things. Now, the most important one here by far is the pure water. Distilled is your best bet because it doesn't have all those minerals and impurities that water normally does. And that absence, that purity, well, that's the secret to this whole thing.
Okay, so the method itself, it takes a little patience, some precision. The whole trick is getting that water below its normal freezing point without it actually becoming ice. It's a really delicate balance. But the big question is, why? Why does this work? Well, that brings us to the science behind the show.
All right, here comes the payoff. We know how to do it, but why in the world does a simple slam on a table trigger such a wild, instant transformation? The answer is all about two key scientific ideas. So this is the secret first step of the whole trick. By chilling that pure water so carefully, you get it into this supercooled state. Think of it like this. It's incredibly unstable, still a liquid, but it's technically cold enough to be solid ice. It's just waiting for a reason to finally freeze.
This right here is a perfect comparison. See, in regular tap water, you've got all these tiny little impurities, right? Minerals, other little bits, and those act like little seeds or starting points for ice crystals to grab onto and form. But in that super pure, supercooled water, all those little seeds are gone. So the water molecules are just kind of floating around, waiting for some kind of command to tell them to line up and freeze.
And that command, it's called nucleation. That slam on the table isn't just for show, it's not just for dramatic effect. It's the scientific trigger. It's the one event that kicks off the whole amazing chain reaction.
And here it is, the final piece of the puzzle. That physical shockwave gives the water molecules just the jolt of energy they need to snap into place, into that perfect ice crystal formation. The very first crystal that forms acts as the seed for the next one, and that one for the next, and on it goes.
And that is the chain freeze in action. It's this incredible, lightning-fast cascade that just spreads through the entire bottle, turning it from totally clear liquid to a slushy, snowy solid in just a couple of seconds. It's amazing to watch.
Okay, so now that you get the science, we can start having some real fun with it. Let's look at a few creative twists to take this experiment to the next level. The material we looked at had some really cool ideas. You can make it more colorful with some food dye, a little more dramatic with a fountain freeze, or you could even grab a few bottles and have a freeze race. And honestly, if you can, film it in slow motion. Seeing those crystals bloom out like little fireworks is just wow. So when you get right down to it, what this viral trick really shows us is that something that looks like pure magic is usually just a really cool, hands-on demonstration of physics. In this case, it's just a beautiful way to actually see supercooling and nucleation happen right before your eyes.
So, what's the verdict? Is it just a cool party trick, or is it physics in action? Maybe it's a bit of both. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other amazing scientific principles are just hiding out there, in plain sight, just waiting for the right little push to show us what they can do?